Welcome to the Super Sports Bros Podcast. I am your host, Buddha Phillips, former collegiate basketball player and former high school basketball coach, now training to be a pro wrestler. I'll be talking NBA, NFL, MLB, UFC, and WWE. I started this podcast because I know sports, bro. My goal is to challenge the narrative of the mainstream media and bring real sports talk back by providing listeners with access to opinions of real athletes and not keyboard warriors. The Super Sports Bros Podcast. For bros, by bros.
Bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are live. It is official. This is the very first episode of a very special, new podcast. And it is called Super Sports Bros.
Bro.
Yours truly, Jonathan Buddha Phillips, coming to you with
Jeff Brodeur.
And we are going to be talking about various topics in sports, touching upon NBA, NFL, MLB, a little bit of WWE, and
Excited what we got on the menu tonight, Buddha.
We are going to jump right in.
Yep. Hop on in it.
The NBA offseason. And why don't we just go ahead and address the elefante in the room.
Yeah, it's a big one that is.
Elefante.
As ugly as it is.
Let's just talk about the finish of the NBA season for starters.
Yes. Congratulations.
Kudos
Yes.
to LeBron and the LA Lakers on finally getting banner 17.
Yes.
There's another team that already had that, and I think while we're on the subject, we should just get right into that.
Yes.
Two teams, historic rivalry, Boston Celtics, Los Angeles Lakers, both now have 17 championships,
Yes.
and I ask you, and I ask all of you, who's going to get championship banner number 18 first, and why?
Well, depending on how the draft goes, I see potentially maybe if the Celtics pull it together with the Gordon Hayward pick, if they'll do something with him. As far as the future with the Celtics, they got a lot of young talent. But meanwhile, over there with the Lakers, they're just as good. They're just as good basketball team. You know, it's scary to see is Brad Stevens. What's he gonna do with what's his game plan for next year? You know, as far as who do we keep? Who do we start? Definitely we don't lose is Marcus Smart. That's one keeper for sure. There's no other player like him in the NBA as far as defensive and offensive. He's a go-getter. He's a scrapper. You know.
I feel like a lot of his statistics don't even come up.
They don't. He's a very underrated player. Very underrated. He was like the Tyler Hero, but he didn't perform. He can't carry everyone. You know, he can only do so much.
It's a complimentary.
Yes, absolutely.
So let me ask you this: is there a possibility, in your opinion, for a Celtics-Lakers matchup in the 2021 season for a championship banner 18?
It was supposed to be 2020, honestly. I don't know what the Celtics just slipped up on the 2-3 zone against the Miami Heat, but struggles with Bam Adebayo there too. I'll tell you what, I could see it coming. 2021. I could see that the NBA wants that for sure. You know, and then there's a lot of other teams that will make that not happen, and the Bucks will be one of them, and Miami will definitely be one of them. And like I said, well, depending on the draft, we'll see.
And I'm going to go ahead and say that I think, as a rational sports fan, that the Lakers will probably be most likely to get 18 before the Celtics do.
Yes.
As much as it pains me to say so, the Celtics are certainly not in a rebuilding process, but they're definitely are missing one special piece to get them to the next level. It's just become clear.
A lot of rumors.
And I think as we get talking tonight in our first podcast, it'll become a little more clear as to why, I say those types of things like the Lakers, getting that 18th banner maybe as soon as next year, before the Celtics do. I mean, these free agents, LeBron's going to be attracting a lot of people to LA.
Yeah, I can see Lakers leaning a little more because they've already come out of the championship. They're the team to beat.
Right.
That's going to be.
What do they always say? You're still the champ.
Yes.
Until someone else.
Yes, exactly.
Wins a championship.
And until that's broken or proven wrong, then I could see. See, I'm leaning towards LA on this, but I'd like to see it not because I am a Celtics fan myself.
Yeah,
but,
it just sucks.
It just does suck. Yes.
The sad truth of
it all is that LeBron and AD are a very tough 1-2. Never mind everyone else.
Never mind. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. We're gonna talk about the offseason.
Yes.
And the offseason started a little earlier for some other teams that weren't invited to the bubble.
Right.
We'll get to that. The offseason started early for a few teams that were eliminated from playoff contention after playing in the bubble. We'll get to that. Some of the other teams lost early in the playoffs. Their offseason began a little bit sooner. Everything, you know what I mean? This season is feeling a bit like a whirlwind.
A cyclone, to say the least. But let's just talk about the teams that were supposed to.
We're hoping for a tip-off in December, January.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's fingers crossed.
One thing I wanted to talk about before we really get into the nitty-gritty of the offseason is how each team did overall in the 2020 bubble playoffs.
Yeah.
So what I have here is a compilation of numbers and stats.
Okay.
And I'll start with, obviously the Kingpins, the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah.
Totaling up their, everybody knows when you win a championship, you have to win 16 games, and you can only lose 3 in a series to do so.
We'll call this the Corona chip.
Yeah, the Corona chip.
Yes. Yeah.
And, overall, in 21 games, the Lakers went 16-5. Man, if that isn't pure dominance.
And can you name the 5 losses? That kind of agitates me.
They lost, and let's just make sure we talk about this for a second. They lost Game 1 to the Portland Trail Blazers.
I remember that.
A certain message said the most bold statement of the year.
I got excited.
Trailblazers, Celtics in the finals. And that's when that other sports podcast said,
I wish it happened.
You're nuts.
Damn, you're my boy.
So, they lost Game 1 to the Trailblazers. They lost...
You're my boy, Blue.
You're my boy, Blue!
How many games? They lost 1 game to the...
They 4-1 to the whole entire
They lost 1 game to the Rockets. They lost
the
1 game to the Nuggets and 2 to the Heat. So that's fucking
gentleman's sweep.
At no point were the Lakers in elimination situations.
Yeah,
so that's just pure utter dominance. The Miami Heat went 14-7.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn good. They won twice as many games as they lost. So I mean, tip your hat to them.
Yeah,
SAWFT soft. Then you want to talk about? Let's talk about the Nuggets while we're there. The Nuggets went 9-10. As much as I want to get on any team for going 9-10, I can't with the Nuggets because they were down 3-1 to the Jazz. Came back and won.
Yeah.
Then they were down.
That's the team.
They were down 3-1 to the Clippers and came back and won. So F all that.
It kind of scared me with the Lakers.
You tip your hat to the Nuggets on their playoff run because even when their backs were against the wall, it was like when push comes to shove, they really did their thing. We'll talk about the Celtics. The Celtics went 10-7. I'm impressed. I wish they could have done better, but 10-7 is not fucking bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Definitely a couple of those games were thrown away. Players didn't play. People were hurt. I know Tatum and Brown didn't come off as strong in a couple of those games. We didn't have Hayward for a lot of those games. Mm-hmm. We were hurt.
Overall, they did pretty well.
They did pretty well. So, and I give kudos to Brad Stevens for that too, and the coaching staff.
The Clippers went 7-6. That's not good for them.
No, not at all.
We already know what they've done in response to that.
They are the Cleveland Browns of the NBA.
Doc Rivers.
They're good on paper.
We gonna take your job.
Yeah, take their job away.
Doc Rivers is up.
And I feel like politics has to do with that.
Who just hired him? Someone just hired Doc Rivers.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Do you not know?
I do not know.
The Sixers.
Are you kidding me?
They did. Okay.
That's a problem.
We'll put a pin in that.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll put a pin in that.
So, bad playoff performance for the Clippers. And then you look at the Toronto Raptors, went 7-4. In my opinion, given everything that went on, if you're the defending NBA champs and you win 7 playoff games and only lose 4, that's pretty darn good. You didn't get what you wanted.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah.
It only took you.
You strategized.
Four losses. Other teams in this that went as far as them had crazy losses. So
yeah.
Anyway, the Houston Rockets went 4-7 overall. That's terrible.
That's horrible. for the player on the team.
They should be ashamed of themselves.
For the player they have on the team.
Yeah.
And the record they have. It's ridiculous.
There's really no excuse for that.
No excuse. You be the leading scorer in the NBA.
Here's another one. We'll just hammer this one away. Milwaukee Bucks went 5-5. You talk about stinking up the playoffs.
Yeah, they just got out hustled.
Okay.
Every game. And then when it came down to the nitty gritty, they just got lucky. And I think the rest
I'm going to stay in the West. The Portland Trailblazers went 2-4.
Yeah.
Now, the reason they went 2-4 is because they had the play-in game against the Grizzlies for the 8th seed. It was the battle for the 8th seed, and the Trailblazers won. They then only won one more game, and it was the game 1 against the Lakers, and then proceeded to lose 4 in a row.
Yeah.
I know Dame got hurt in one of the games. I know Nurkic, I think, got hurt in one of the games. And Nurkic has to get healthy for them, but they better play. We're going to talk about the Trailblazers later on because Hassan Whiteside is a free agent. So should I stay or should I?
I can see him saying.
Should I stay or should I go?
Oklahoma City Thunder went 3-4. As much as I want to get on them for that Game 7, I don't know if you guys saw it, but man, that could have gone either way. So I'm not going to... They had every right to be in that second round.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to shake a stick.
They're young. I'm
not going to shake a stick at them.
Nope.
Dallas, I'm not going to shake a stick at them, but I'm going to shake a stick at someone.
Yes.
They went 2-4. Not good, but let's put the blame on the unicorn. Kristaps Porzingis.
Yes.
I'll shake my stick at you.
Again. All day.
You sat there and watched.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Not, and it just, it's like a PG-13. You did nothing. You didn't even help.
East, real easy to talk about in the East.
Yep.
East needs to bulk up, hulk up, or get the F out.
Yeah, seriously.
Because this was embarrassing.
Who's your two biggest players?
The East went 0-4 with 3 teams. It was the Nets, the Sixers, and the Pacers all got swept. 0-4 for all of them. And the Magic were the only one with 1 win. They went 1-4, and I think they beat the Bucks game 1. And that's when I talked to you. I was like, you probably think that the Bucks are going to lose to the Magic.
I remember that.
And,
because every team except LeBron had, what was it? The Raptors even. Every team lost their first game and they were the higher seed.
All right, so that's that. That's how teams did in the playoff bubble.
I think what we're shooting for dates as far as COVID goes, November-ish for draft.
Yeah, they have it as Wednesday, November 18th, 2020.
Yes, this is day 1-ish. That'll be November-ish. We'll see. We don't know what COVID's going to bring to us.
So, let's see. The draft lottery is as such.
Yes.
Okay, in the first round, Timberwolves with the number 1 pick, Warriors with the number 2 pick, Hornets with the number 3 pick, Bulls with the number 4 pick, Cavs with the number 5 pick, Hawks with the number 6 pick, Pistons with the number 7 pick, Knicks with the number 8 pick, Wizards number 9, Suns number 10, Spurs at 11, Kings with the 12th pick, Pelicans 13, Celtics 14th, and that is the lottery.
Yeah.
I could divulge a little deeper. I think that would take quite a lot of time to go over the rest of the picks.
Yeah.
But what do you think about those?
I gotta say, like I said, this draft upcoming right here is a crucial one, and I'll tell you why. Is because with all what's going on with COVID and what teams are going to play in the next, we don't know what team's going to be playing. We don't know who's going to be. All teams are going to be qualified to play. Who's going to, just like the NFL season. But here, if we go through the whole entire draft, there's going to be teams making sneak moves like here.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
So we'll talk about like first round. I could keep going with the 15th pick through the 30th pick, but this draft class, and it's our opinion that there's not a whole lot of star power in this draft class past a certain
honestly,
first round.
I haven't done any research on it too, and you usually do. You usually get some highlights on the social media, like the freshman of the year, or
And I guess it was tough because
no
the
college
NCAA
basketball
tournament was canceled. So
right.
Here we go. What they have for us is that there's Anthony Edwards is rumored to be the number 1 pick out of Georgia to the Timberwolves.
Ooh.
He plays shooting guard.
Yeah.
Now, if we think about the Minnesota Timberwolves, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, he'd fit like right in.
Yeah.
Because you have
Carl.
D'Angelo Russell at the 1.
Yeah.
It seems to be a need at the 2. Otherwise, why would they take the number 1 pick on somebody they don't need, like immediately? They have, who's at the small forward for them now?
Ooh, is it Wiggins? No,
Wiggins went to Warriors.
Yep.
Darn.
Oh, that's a good question. We got Beasley. We got
Alec Beasley. I think he plays
James
guard.
Johnson.
Is it Okogie?
Okogie, and probably Vanderbilt.
Okay, Beasley and Okogie. With Culver off the bench. Culver.
Evan Turner.
Culver's out of Texas Tech.
And Spellman. Wow, Spellman.
This kid has potential. But I'm talking about like NBA ready.
Power forward.
No.
Small forward.
No, like an NBA ready rookie.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So I think that would be a good pick for them. He would complement D'Angelo Russell, complement Karl Anthony Towns, and then it seems like the Timberwolves have a good young core group of guys.
Malik
Can
Beasley.
rotate in and
Malik
out.
Beasley, not Michael
He's
Beasley.
a free agent.
Yes.
We'll get to
Yes.
Malik Beasley later
Yes.
in a segment we're going to call Should I Stay or Should I Go?
Should I stay or should I go?
Number 2 pick, Golden State Warriors. They believe they're going to take Jameis Wiseman, the center out of Memphis. I think that would be great for the Warriors.
Yeah.
They definitely need a young big who can move. He's 7 feet. He's over 7 feet tall. He's like 7'1", 19 years old. So I think that'd be a good pick.
Yeah, they don't have any bigs right now.
No, they really.
Their biggest Looney and maybe Pascal, Draymond Green. I mean, Pascal's a small forward, but even then.
What do you mean, Pascal?
Eric Pascal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, small.
Yeah, he's like a small forward. But you know how all these teams are using these small lineups? I think Golden State was guilty of it too, where they would move
for sure.
Draymond to a center or Pascal to center and like try to have all those guards out there like the Rockets.
They have a lot of guards. They did have They still do.
Okay, with the number 3 pick,
Yep.
they believe that the Hornets will draft LaMelo Ball. I don't think that's a good pick for them. Not because it's LaMelo.
Yeah, I don't think Jordan. Jordan
you already have Terry Rozier and Devontae Graham.
Yes.
Right? So
Yeah.
unless you're drafting Melo to start right away, what would you know what I mean? He's not going to like playing second fiddle to those guys. And we know somebody else that's not going to like LaMelo Ball playing second fiddle to those 2 guys.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Undefeated.
Absolutely.
LeVar!
Yes.
Excuse me. I'm coming down with a cough.
Yes. I don't know how I feel about the Hornets.
Well, what do you think?
Biombo just doesn't. I don't know. Like the
They don't have
Devontae
a
Graham and
star.
Terry.
They don't have a star.
They don't have a star.
And maybe that's why they're taking LaMelo.
There's no one to watch anyone good.
Alright.
I'm trying to think. There's no one.
Number 4 is the Bulls, and there's a guy.
Young
I can't
talent
pronounce
Bulls.
this guy's name, so I'm gonna botch it. Denny Avdija from Tel Aviv. I can't even touch on that. He's a forward. I'm just gonna, without any knowledge of who this dude is or what he brings to the table, I'm just going to go with a hard thumbs down on that for the Bulls.
Yeah.
What about you?
Like again, who's their star? No star. Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean,
I believe
he's probably as big as Biombo.
Is he a free agent too? No, I'm sorry, he's not a free agent.
He's not. No.
He's not. But his name will come up later in the night.
No one else stands out. No one else stands out. I mean, but you got to think this: the Bulls are young. Thaddeus Young is probably their oldest player.
All right.
A lot of shooting guards, a lot of power forwards, a lot of point guards.
Here's a name that has been brought up a lot. It's Obi Toppin, the forward center out of Dayton. They're going to have him go 5 to the Cavs. And if so, I think that would be a pretty damn good
Sleeper.
for the Cavs.
Cavs.
They do have Andre Drummond,
Potential sleeper, I said.
I believe. I don't know if he...
Kevin Love. Tristan Thompson's still on the roster.
Okay. Andre Drummond has a player option to stay.
Stay, yeah. I say he stays.
We'll see. We'll get to that later.
Stay.
Should I stay or should I go?
Should I stay or should I go?
If Andre Drummond does stay.
How about Deladova? Is he a free agent?
Who's this?
Deladova. Deli.
I didn't see him come up.
Mash you.
I didn't see him come up. How about this dude, Deli, drinks coffee at halftime?
Weird. Almost as weird as Westbrook snacking on Skittles and Monsters at halftime, too. It's weird. Just weird to me.
All right.
Professional athlete, you know, you think you do some kind of, something, I don't know.
Okay, so, 6, Hawks. Tyrese Halliburton.
Hawks scare me.
Yeah.
Hawks scare me.
He's a guard from Iowa State, Tyrese Halliburton, 6'5" guard.
I was gonna say,
I think
he can handle
that's
the
a
ball.
good pick, but I
remember
don't
this player.
think that he'll get them where they need to be. You know what I mean? You think about the Hawks, and they have Trae Young, and that's great.
No longer Vince Carter.
No more Vince, unfortunately. But they drafted Cam Reddish.
Reddish is nice.
So it's like, unless this dude Tyrese Halliburton is a better Cam Reddish, I don't see the point in that.
Yeah.
Anything with that?
Trae Young, unstoppable. He's going to be there. He's going to be elite this
As
year.
long as he stays
Healthy.
Food should be healthy. Why ain't it
Healthy he is.
Yeah.
And he stays healthy. Because that team is
It's fun
good.
to watch.
He is fun to
I'll
watch.
give him that.
With him and Cam could be, whew. With the Jeff Teague too.
Yo, so going off on a wild tangent. Whoa!
Whoa.
We're some old school ballers.
Yeah.
If we're playing against someone like Trae Young and he does the between the leg shit on us,
Yes.
are you Trevor Ariza him or what?
Oh, I
Are you
don't
gonna
know.
give him the Trevor Ariza?
I could give him the.
Because I'll be honest, I'll probably give him the Trevor
I'm
Ariza.
not intentionally either. Too. Like just like okay, try me.
I might let it slide that first time
Yeah.
and be like, don't
All
do
right,
that
cool
shit
move,
again.
bro.
It's similar to like when you're guarding the inbound pass and they throw it off your back.
Yeah, that's a super bro move.
Yeah, super bro.
Bro.
Okay, moving on. Pistons 7 with Killian Hayes, a point guard from I don't even know where. So it's like you got D Rose coming off one of the best years of his career,
Yeah.
and you're out here.
Strange
trying
to
get
say
him
that, too.
replaced.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
It is strange to say that.
All right, Knicks Isaac Okoro, a small forward from Auburn. That's a head scratcher.
Yes.
Or I don't see him because look, who's that? R.J. Barrett. Unless this guy is head and shoulders above our. This is what we were talking about earlier tonight, folks. Is about this draft just doesn't seem to have the
It just doesn't add up.
appeal
It just it's weird.
or the star power.
And on top of it, I'm a diehard March Madness. Follow the players, follow the teams, follow all the 9 yards.
Yeah.
So here I can name every player that comes. Not every player, but majority of the good players that end up making the league.
We'll keep on trucking through it.
Yeah, we got it. That's
nine Wizards. Onyeka Okongwu,
Yeah, that's a good
center
one.
from USC. Okay.
We got
Good pick.
John Paul coming. John Paul.
Yep.
John Wall coming back.
Wall, Brad Beal. They have been in desperate need for a nice center.
Big, yeah.
Ever since Marcin Gortat left, and I think Dwight Howard was down there for a spell.
Gone.
Right? Didn't Dwight Howard play there for a little bit?
Yeah.
So ever since then, I've always felt like the Wizards have
Mahimi
is a nice role-playing center. I've
Yeah.
always liked his game ever since he was on the Pacers.
I'd like to see Shabazz Napier get a little playing time. You know?
Yeah. I think his numbers are going to go down with John Wall coming back. But they'll probably ease John Wall back in, and Shabazz will probably play more in the beginning of the
Thomas
year.
Bryant.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on. Suns, number 10. Precious Achiuwa.
I love the Suns.
A forward center from Memphis. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this pick, really.
Yeah.
If that's how it goes down. It's
Let's see.
They do have
I see the Suns making a big
need
move.
for a power forward center. I just
That's
don't
what
know
I'm
much
thinking.
about this kid.
I kind of see Baines and someone else big going.
They
for
already
a
have
big...
a guy, Mikhi Bridges, so unless this dude...
No, they got Frank the Tank. Frank Kaminsky.
Yeah, he comes off the bench.
Right.
They're starting
Baines.
Mikhi Bridges,
Oh, man.
and he's a young, talented power forward. So it's like, unless this
No,
dude
he's a
is
small
better...
forward, yeah. DeAndre Ayton even, too.
DeAndre is a stud.
Yes.
Let's just
say that.
establish that. 11 is the Spurs. Pat Williams, the Florida State forward. I always think the Spurs know what they're doing whenever they do it.
Yes.
So I'm going to go ahead and give them the thumbs up on this one if that goes
The
down.
force is strong with the Spurs.
Force is strong.
Definitely need a good forward. Ever since Kawhi left and DeRozan's more of could play more of a shooting guard.
Yeah. The more
I
I
think
say it, the less I like it.
I don't know
more
what
I
the
say it,
situation
the
is
less
with
I like
Rudy
it.
Gay, if he's a free agent or if he's just like
He's
fell
been
off
on
the
the
face of the earth.
free agent game for a little bit now.
But this kid would be nice addition to the Spurs. And looks like number 12 is the Kings. Devin Vassell, small forward from Florida State. Questionable pick. Harrison Barnes. You know, I don't unless this kid, and he's not better than Harrison Barnes. Let's be serious. I don't know how you feel about this. You think it's a good pick?
I mean, Jabari Parker, Buddy Hield.
I don't think he fits right away.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Be-
You know,
It's one of those
Harry
drafts.
Giles.
It's one of those drafts. It's like these are not
Just
NBA
like, is that
ready
what
players.
you want?
Once you fall
But
off, what
it
do
almost-
we get to? Like pick 3?
Yeah.
And then it just kind of fell.
You know?
Now I know there's a couple sleepers. I know that this kid, Pat Williams, is pretty good.
Yeah.
Precious Achiuwa is pretty good. Isaac Okoro. There's a couple. Tyrese Halliburton. And we'll come across Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin's going to be good in the league. It's just not right away, I don't think.
See, and again, I haven't watched on a film. That agitates me. Can't watch sports.
Okay, here we go.
We can only talk about it.
Pelicans 13. Aaron Nesmith, a guard forward from Vanderbilt. Let's see, Pelicans. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, JJ Redick's not getting any younger.
Nope. No. Pelicans.
Sure, good pick. What do you think?
I don't like the pick.
Don't like it?
No.
What do you think the Pelicans should go after on that?
And honestly, is Van Gundy the coach there?
Okay, so yeah,
It's
he's
not gonna help
he's like
Zion.
He's like the front runner.
I need someone on that team to help Zion. You do.
You don't think this is the
And unless you can, how tall is he?
6'6". I mean, they do have Lonzo, Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
Brandon Ingram's a free agent, so
Yeah.
we'll talk about that. Should
Drew-
I stay or should
Drew
I
Holiday.
Should I stay or should I go?
What do you think they should be trying to add to that with that 13th pick? A guard, a forward, a center? What do you think?
Probably maybe even a small forward or
Okay,
a
well,
power
this kid
forward.
Aaron Nesmith plays small forward.
I mean, they got Brandon Ingram too, but power forward for sure.
They don't have Brandon Ingram.
They don't.
No, not yet at least. So we'll get to that. So
Okay.
if they take this kid, I guess that's a good pick. You know,
Yeah.
whatever. Celtics cruising in at 14. They traded with the Grizzlies to get this, and they predict Sadiq Bey, a forward from Villanova. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Celtics seem to know what they're doing.
Yes,
in the
absolutely.
drafts.
And Danny Ainge is one. He scares me sometimes, but yeah. They call him the hardwood Houdini.
Danny Ainge.
No.
Oh,
the guy that
Sadiq
looked in
Bey?
the draft. Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
look at that.
He's from overseas, isn't he?
Villanova.
Oh, I thought he was from overseas. They're looking at.
No, I don't think so. So
There was another rumor talker. I have to bring it up later.
I'm going to pose this to you. Would you like to keep going in the draft and try to see if we recognize like a big
Names?
name?
I don't see any big names.
I mean, I'll just take a peek. But okay, here's one. Tyrese Maxey, they have going 16th to the Portland Trail Blazers. He's out of Kentucky. That's a name I recognize.
So, if he slips and falls to 16 and the Blazers take him, I can't sit here and tell you that that's a bad pick for the Portland Trail Blazers because, that's a really good pick. He's not going to start, but he'll come off the bench and give them a spark. He's a little spark plug, You know anything about, before I keep going, Tyrese Maxey?
I do not.
Okay.
I do not.
I saw him play a little bit. Let's see. Other names.
Let's talk about what's his name?
Okay.
A pop star, or not pop star, a rapper.
Who's this?
He's trying out for the Memphis Grizzlies, I believe, or the Denver Nuggets.
Who's that?
J. Cole.
Really?
I believe.
I was gonna guess 2 Chains.
No, absolutely not. 2 Chains will get 2 ankles broken.
J. Cole's got game, but he's not gonna make the Grizzlies. The best he could do on his best day is make the G League team.
Yeah, I could see like a little. I don't know if he can dunk or throw down.
He can dunk,
He
but
can.
it's not consistent.
Okay.
And he's got game, but he's not NBA.
Ready again.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even get drafted in this draft class.
I wouldn't say.
All right. So
Depending on life goes.
R.J. Hampton. R.J. Hampton is definitely a name that people have heard of. They always would compare him to LaMelo.
So,
He somehow, what's up?
there's a lot of people that withdrew from the NBA draft.
Yeah.
I saw that too as well.
Yeah. 20 have the Heat taking R.J. Hampton out of overseas, New Zealand. So
Okay.
this kid's pretty damn good. As far as why he slipped and fell down to 20, I couldn't tell you. Maybe there's something I don't know, but I knew there was a time where he was in that top 5 discussion. If the Heat get him at 20, that's 2 thumbs up for me. As far as I'm concerned, Jeff.
Yeah. See, here's my take, and I'm looking at it right now. And actually, there's 2 people that stand out. Cole Anthony.
I'm about to touch that.
Anthony.
Let me just ask you about R.J. Hampton.
Okay.
Do you think if he slips in the draft and the Heat grab him at 20, and he's a really good shooting guard from overseas, given the fact that you got your comparisons, you have your college basketball here, and you have your overseas basketball over there. He's playing against grown men.
Yeah.
He's not playing against people his own age and stuff. So as far as stats and numbers go, you can't really compare the two. But what do you think?
I don't know. Nothing strikes my eye with him. His 9 points.
Well, I know
3 rebounds.
Goran Dragic. He's 19 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
So give the devil.
Give
the devil his due.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And I'll pay it all day. But
Goran Dragic is a free agent, so it's
that's a scary one.
you got Kendrick Nunn, you
That's
got
a
Jimmy
scary
Butler,
one. And they want R.J. Hampton.
R.J. Hampton.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Next pick is 21, 76ers, and they traded to get this pick with the Thunder, and they're thinking about Cole Anthony, the guard from North Carolina.
Yeah,
I've seen
and I think
videos,
Yeah.
but let's talk about the Sixers. Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Not really a point guard.
No kidding.
Plays
man.
the position well, but
He can dunk.
he has
He
a
can
body
pass.
for a small forward, power forward. Let him bring the ball up. But if you take Cole Anthony at 21, there's your point guard.
Right
There
there.
he is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unless
there's your easy point guard.
Do you move him to the 2 and have Simmons right now?
See, that's what strikes me as Ben Simmons is when we played Philly, everyone sitting on that 3-point line was anticipating a pass from Ben Simmons. That's their team.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons drives to the hole, gets the kick out,
Pass first.
How many players on that team can go off with points? And it's annoying because everyone's helping out covering Ben Simmons.
I know Josh Richardson, if you don't cover him.
You don't? And then, what's his name? They just signed him.
Tobias?
Tobias, yeah, he's
probably.
annoying.
Okay, so that's a good pick, huh?
Yeah.
Vernon Carey Jr., a center out of Duke, saw him play.
Oh, okay.
Kid's a stud.
I forgot about him. Yep,
They
I remember
have him slip into 23.
6'10", 6'11", 6'10".
Beast.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
23.
He can move good.
Yep, 23 to the Utah Jazz. Decent pick.
Yeah.
It's like
Rudy
you got
Gobert.
You got Rudy.
You got Rudy. They got a good team.
I guess, if Rudy Gobert gets in foul trouble early, now he can play a little bit more aggressive. Maybe this kid can learn a thing or two from the Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know how many damn times.
Yeah, seriously.
So, okay, good pick. Good pick on the Jazz.
Yeah.
I think I recognize this name. Josh Green, shooting guard from Arizona.
Arizona State or
No,
Arizona?
just Arizona. I think I
Arizona.
recognize the name. If so, if it's who I think it is, they got him going 28 to the Lakers. I'm going to go ahead and say that's a good pick for the Lakers if they get Josh Green at 28.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I think they're gonna. I think the LeBron's gonna send them.